Hello everybody, this is Peter Malone here, and I was due to have a test with a pupil at 12 minutes past 2. It got cancelled at 12:05, so it was just like 2 hours notice. So I've just come to the test centre just to see what the situation is, and it looks like there's only one examiner's car here. Like there's a couple in a car over there that have just been in and just realised that it was closed, so they mustn't have been informed, so I don't really know. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a video of a test route that I haven't got on my YouTube channel. I haven't got my GoPro with me, so I'm just using the dash cam. So I've got the audio on this time. Normally you don't hear the audio on the driving test because you're not allowed to have it on, but because I'm on my own, and obviously the people I had obviously is devastated because she's been waiting so long for this. The worst thing about it was that 2 hours notice, and they put it back to the 5th of May. I think it's the 5th, it's in May anyway, early first week of May, which is a bit harsh, but as you can see it looks like they've all been cancelled, and unless there's one coming in here now it's going past. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to basically show you this test route that I haven't got on my route. Hopefully if the test centre's open when I come back, I'll come back into the test centre, but if not, I'll have a talk to on this route. So imagine you're coming out the car park. Obviously if it's busy it wouldn't be like this. So you go mirror, middle mirror, left mirror, signal. Treat this as a T-junction. And on your right you can't see these two people in the car here, but it looks like they've had their test cancelled as well. So away we go. So on this particular route, and this one you just slow down, you just check your mirrors before you do speed. Then it's middle mirror, left mirror, indicate left. And this junction here can be, because you've just started off on your test, you're going to be really nervous. And it's clear to the right. Always check to the left as well, like a tennis match, look to the right and left, and you could get something like this. You think you're going to drive straight up the road, and all of a sudden they'll say pull over on the left, and this is just to see, so middle mirror, left mirror, indicate. This is just to see if you can pull over safely. Now you might get an independent drive here, like a sat nav or something. It all depends which route you get. So okay, so I've stopped over safely. I'm going to stick it back into the gear, look all round, right mirror, all right round to the right, all the way down to the left, and then last place, there's a car coming up, a van coming up on my right, the white van, and I'll wait for that to go past, put a signal on because I've been checking, check again, and safe to move off. So at this junction I'm going to turn right, and it's middle mirror, and now it's the right mirror now, and indicate up for right. When you're doing a right from here, this is not a screen test centre by the way, you want to be on the right hand side if you can, because you're going to be turning right. Yeah, I'm not busy, but I'll just wait. So I'll send a message to the people that their test cancelled, because she doesn't know. That's why I've come and checked that there is no test. The one car that was there was probably there to tell the people to turn up that they've been cancelled if they couldn't get in contact with them. But she got an email, so nearly safe to go. Nobody coming now after this car, and away we go into the middle. I'm checking to the left, and there's no one coming from the left. You can't see it because of this camera, but I can go. And I'm going to go straight into the right hand lane here. I know we all say stay left, but there's parked cars up here on your left, so you stay in this lane, and this is a 30 mile an hour. So don't go over it. So if you're gonna get this independent drive down here where you follow the motorway signs, they'll pull you over on the left here by the bus stop. So I'm going to in the middle mirror, left one, indicate, pull over on the left. Stop just here, don't get too close to the junction just after the tree. We'll stop, and I'll probably be told follow the sign for the motorway, M57, Manchester, M62, and basically you just follow these and you come to a big roundabout which you're going to see, and it's a bit busy at the moment so I can't move off, but I'm checking. When I'm ready, I've got it ready in the gear to move, and it's got a bit of space here, safe enough. Indicate, checked over my right shoulder before it moved, and away it goes. Now you'll see the first sign coming up now. Now what you want to do, you get this route, you obviously turn it right, you can look at the signs there, and I'm going to slow down. I've got a guy coming, so you see the blue sign, they're the motorway signs, and so you'll be turning right. So what you want to do, you want to turn right. They give you two choices here. Well, you have two choices. The best choice is to pick this lane, turning right. You see the two arrows? Put your indicator on somewhere about here, your right indicator, and I've been checking my mirrors. So you probably notice the screen at the back is getting a bit dirty. But when it's in this type of weather, make sure, if you're on your test, that you have water in your screen wash, because if you don't, that back window is already starting to get a bit dirty. So each car has a different way of washing the screen, so whoever's car that you're in, find out how to wash the screen, because you're going to need it. By the time I get another 10 minutes, these windscreens will be a little bit dirty because of the weather. So I'm going to go into a dual carriageway now, which the speed limit's just changing. So coming off at 30, and I'm going to go onto a 40. This is the East Lancashire Road. What you want to do when you get into the new road, head to the slow lane. The slow lane is the lane next to the curb. Take the signal off. Now you can see a 40 sign here on your right. So now they're going to speed up. You have to respond to these traffic signs. That's what you're being tested on. So what we've got to do now is keep following the signs for the motorways. In the centre of the lane. Now you may get this on an independent drive, which is the taxi to follow signs, or a sat nav. So I'm just doing the independent one. You get one up towards, we're heading towards Knowsley Village. You get one going up towards there, and then you get one coming back. And I'll explain it as we go. Still see it's 40. Obviously the traffic conditions are dictating the speed. It's a bit busy in this lane, a bit busy the side of me as well. Sticking out a little bit the van. Ooh, now it's check my mirrors before I've done that, okay, to make sure there was no one coming right behind me, like a 30-ton truck or a wagon, Arctic. And you can see the blue signs for the motorway. It's still straight. It's fairly straight this until you get to the big roundabout. I say the roundabout is a bit of a challenge. You're a new driver, learning to drive, or you haven't been in this area before. So this video will come in handy if you can have a look. And away we go again. And here's what these are the signs we're following there. 758, M6, M62, and Manchester's going to St. Helens Walls. And did you notice the roadwork sign? This is the type of thing you got to keep watch out for, because sometimes when you're nervous, you'll have tunnel vision, and you just be looking directly in front of you, mostly at the floor. Look up, move your eyes from side to side, and all the information you probably see, like you can see the information on the left about the motorway sign, which is the blue one. And there's roadworks, so you come back this way, so you can see the roadworks on the opposite side. We're probably going to get stuck in that on the way back. To judge a safe distance from the vehicle in front, well, when this back of this vehicle gets by this 800 sign here, you want to say only a fool breaks the 2-second rule. So I have not gone past that sign by the time I finished saying that, but that's a safe distance. And you can see more traffic signs. These are roadwork signs, obviously telling us the 2 lanes on the right will be closed, 600, well, it'll be 400 yards by the time we get to the traffic light. Well, just check your mirrors and just gently brake. Just squeeze it like you're squeezing a tomato, don't squash it unless it's an emergency. Now the big mistake a lot of people make here, they think it's at the traffic light. You see the M6, M62, that's the one we want. Now some people would turn left before the traffic light, but it's actually after the traffic light. So this has happened many times. See where the black car's going? That's where you don't want to go. You got to go past the light and then left. And many people have gone in there, and obviously they've had to turn around and come back out. But they'll only just say to you, you've gone the wrong way. If you do it correctly, it's not a problem, but it might affect the way you're thinking then, that you've done something wrong. You haven't, you've just gone the wrong way, but you've done it correctly. So, and then they'll just bring you back around. There's a roundabout in there, you turn around and we'll come back and they'll make you turn left at the lights, and then we're going to go the correct way then. But if you stay in this lane, if you get this the sat nav, it's a lot easier, especially when you come to this big roundabout shortly, because you're going to come on a slip road now and the speed goes up. Away we go again. So when you get to this bit here, level with this, check your middle, then left, then indicate left, and now you'll see the motorway signs again. So that'll be the end of that independent drive. You could get another one when you get around here. Now I always say the sat nav really helps you on this particular route, because you can can see it's telling you on the sat nav you're going to come to a roundabout and you're going to be turning right, third exit. But sometimes on these independent drives, you might actually follow another sign, which would be Knowsley Business Park. So to 50, I'm just checking behind me, I've got a bit of space behind me. If I get to 50, I might be able to go over to the right safely. But I'm just going to leave it until like you get the independent drive. And this is the danger about this, because the sign is not far from the roundabout. I've got a car coming up fast on me right, and there's the sign coming up now, the white sign at the top. So it says Knowsley Village, Knowsley Business Park South. So I need to check middle minute, right minute, get into the right hand lane, switch that off, check your mirrors again while you're braking, before you brake should say, and then let's see what it's like here. And it looks like I'm clear to go. Mirror, middle mirror, right mirror, indicate right. Now this one, you've got to really watch this one here, because when you come round here it goes into two lanes and you come to a traffic light, so you want to keep your car close to this line on the left. See where the other car in front, the black car, has gone? That's the way you go. You don't want to be in that right lane where the skip is, because that means you've got to cross to the left. So now I'm going to switch this indicator off, because the next exit I'm going to mirror indicate left. Middle mirror, left mirror, indicate left, and away we go. When you see the speed limit, this is what they're looking for, response to traffic signs. Where's the traffic sign saying it's now 40, it's gone from 50 to 40, and it's clearly marked. Got a few pedestrians on the left, so just check your mirrors just in case, and they seem alright. You've got a clear road here, so I want to get up to speed. I always just remember to always just have short glances at your speed. Don't stare at it, because you might miss something up ahead. They will know that I know it's 40, because I've gone over 30, and then at 37, 38. So when we get a bit further up, there's a mini roundabout. Now some examiners, after they said that's the end of the independent drive after the roundabout, they won't tell you, at the beginning of the test, they will tell you to follow the road ahead. So the road ahead here is the second exit. Other examiners will tell you, some don't. So just do it like this and you'll be fine. Now I'm going to check, reducing speed, staying by me curb, checking to the right, I'm in position, any pedestrians know. I'm going to follow it around this way, and then I'm going to check my middle mirror, left mirror, and indicate left. And away I go, I'm off the roundabout. And follow it around. And you're going to get another speed change in a moment, so it's still 40. Get up to speed. But as you get further down here, it's going to change to 30. So this is what you do, you check your mirrors, you come off the gas pedal, let it slow down itself. Obviously, if you miss this and you see it late, then you check your mirrors and use your brake. But remember to check the mirrors before you change speed, which is slowing down or speeding up. So when you get to the end of this road, they'll say right. Now this gets confused because the no entry sign gets people going, oh, which way do we go here? So actually, you just get in this lane on the right, and this goes into a one-way. Mirror, middle mirror, right mirror, indicate right, and come this way. You can see the markings clearly, double lines going across all the road, and it's safe to go. Remember, only go when it's safe to do so. You come to junctions. So we now know it's 30. Just gone over a little bit there, so bring it back. So if you do go over, correct it as soon as you can. Because there's a lot of distractions, and when you're new at this, you know, it can be a challenge. Try and stick it to 30. This is the Knowsley Village route, and you tend to get a one-way city. This one is what definitely got to respond to traffic signs. So I'm just going to check my mirrors. I'm just going to edge out, check my mirrors, indicate, speed about just gently. Go a little bit slow because I'm going through a small space. Remember, less space equals less speed. And check my mirror, left mirror, come back to the left, little indicator on. And there's an early warning sign, there's a junction on the left. It's telling me to slow down, but I'm doing 30, so 11:29. So it's not this turn you need to take, it's the next one. You'll see it come down a little bit, so we just got over a bit. Let's say you correct it, you'll be fine. So here we are now, this warning sign here, left. Now this is real tight turning, so if you're in a manual, get down to check your middle minute, left minute, then indicate left. If you're in the manual, you want to get your speed right down here and go into, ease the clutch up and let it roll around. Don't accelerate because it's really tight. And this is probably why they cancelled the test, because you can see this here, snow and ice on the floor. That's probably the reason why my pupil had her test cancelled. Hers was 2:12. That's why I went to the test centre, just to make sure. There was only one car there, it means there's one examiner. I would imagine when I get back it will be closed, because I think the last test at Norris Green is 2:32. So that examiner's just waiting there to tell people that, you know, who haven't been informed, but they couldn't get in contact with, that their test is being cancelled. So you'd have to turn up and prove that you've been. I'm going to pull over there, pull him there and left. That's it. Pull him on the left. He's going to come down, is he? So I'll just wait here. You don't have to go fully in, just enough so that he can get past, and the car can get past you. He even said thanks. So I'm going to check me mirrors, check over my right blind spot, because I'm going to move out from behind the car, okay? And over the years, I mean, I've been in the back of this, in the back of the car when they come on this route. And this is the bit I always start worrying about, because when you come to Berry Hill Avenue, and this is a classic one where you don't respond. If you don't respond to these traffic signs when you come around here, the chances are you're going to fail your test. So middle mirror, left mirror, indicate left, because I'm going to go left here, and I'll just do this slowly so you can see the traffic signs, because believe you me, people miss these and you wouldn't believe how big they are. So here's the first one, and that's telling you. I'm going to slow down so you can check it out. Look, one way, and you can see the no entries. Now you can only see one here. One of my pupils complained he could only see one, but he missed the first one, which was the one-way street. So mirror, left mirror, indicate left, riding Kill Road. Now you can see clearly it's saying one way, and you'd be surprised how many people get caught out with this. So I'll just show you how to do it correctly, and you can clearly see the one-way signs again. There's the 20 sign again, and this is the reason why Kerry will see this when I put her up on Monday. I'll send her the test and let her know that I'll be in the test centre, and all tests were cancelled. But you think about it, some places it's nice and sunny, but where there's shade, there appears to be a bit more ice and snow. So now when you get to the end of this road, they're quite likely going to say at the end of the road, turn right. If they say that, get on the right side, so mirror, middle mirror, right mirror, indicate right. Now I'm going to be a gentleman. If she crosses, I'll let her cross. She's not crossing. So if you say left, get on the left side, but this is where you want to be in a one, when you come to the end of a one-way street, on the right. Remember this? Now a lot of people get caught up with this, because the next thing you're going to see is two one-way signs, but they'll ask you to turn left. So now you mirror, middle mirror, left mirror, indicate left. You'll see them. The last thing you'd see was them two signs saying one way, and you'll turn left here. And in your mind, even though this car's on the right, you'll think this is still a one-way street, but it's not. It's changed, because obviously you can see the car facing me on the right. Even I've seen people go over to the right, so you stay in this lane, middle mirror, right mirror, and you'll see the markings are totally different here. You've got two lines, little staggered lines on this side, and one single one on the other side. This is where you're coming out, and that on the right there is where you're coming in. So all clear, safe to go. Changing that, I'm just checking my mirrors here just to come back to the left. Keep it to 20. This part of the road seems okay, but you know, I suppose it's only right that it's dangerous. Some of the side roads are dangerous, and the black ice can be really dangerous because you can't really see it. So we're going to take the next road on the left. Another route goes to the top bit there, but I'm going to take you this way because I want to do the stop sign. So middle mirror, left mirror, indicate left. When you get to the top there, that one there is a real blind spot, so be careful. Here, you've got to be careful here because you look to the right, it's clear to see, and you want to go, but there's generally parked cars around this corner here. Let's see if they're here today. You know what, sod's law, they're not here, but generally they are there, and you'd have to come over here, but don't just come round the corner thinking there's nothing there, because there's generally parked cars there. Today, that's why I say to people, are you lucky? If you're lucky, there's no parked cars. It's not very often you get that. Anyway, so you're going to get a pull over on the right here. So middle mirror, right mirror, indicate right. And you want to be somewhere here by this lamppost here. And then straighten your car up. If you straighten it up going forward, you don't have to do nothing when you're going back. You just keep the wheels straight. So I'm going to switch the indicator off, and they'll explain what you're going to do, and they just say reverse back to car length. So make sure you look all around, and definitely around your right shoulder, your left shoulder as you go back. Just ease it back slowly. So you're in it manual, it's just gas and clutch, just like little slight movements with the clutch. Don't release it too much, keep control, that's what they're looking for. An automatic like this, simple, just use the brake, on and off. And I'm just keeping it dead, so I'm looking all around. You can't see me because obviously I haven't got my GoPro with me today. So, because this was unexpected, I thought we were going to have to test. So, roughly about 2 car lengths. If they do ask you, if you stop and they ask you to go back again, it generally means that you probably missed one of your observations. So, remember that they say, could you go back just another car length, please? You make sure before you move backwards, you look over your left shoulder. Right shoulder and left shoulder, check all around, and then left shoulder just before you move. Now, I can't move because there's a ban here, so you just wait. Any in the vicinity where they're getting close, just keep the car still. So I'm going to go back, look back on my left shoulder, just a little bit more, just to show you another car length, just in case you don't do your full observations. And I'm going to stop on it. You know, like I said, when you get to driveways, they generally say, on this occasion, ignore them. And that's only do that when they say that. Okay, so I'm going to move off now. Now this time it's my left blind spot. I don't need to signal because there's no one here, so there's not necessary. There's someone down there with a couple of dogs, but it's absolutely clear all the way around. So I'm just going to move up, but just make sure you check over your left shoulder, use your mirrors, left shoulder, and move away. Now when we get to the end of this road, we're going to come to a stop sign. That's why I take this particular part of this route. But the other one goes to the top end, and you end up doing an emergency stop up there. This one, it takes us back to that big roundabout. I want to show you the stop sign. And there's still a 20. There's a school here. I think we're a little bit early for the school. The school's still going. Just come over that 20 there. As soon as they'll know you're aware when you correct it. But the moment you get there, I'm going to just slow down, just in case this car doesn't slow down for us. Yeah, he let me through. Say thank you. Another car here, I don't know whether this one might stop for us. It looks like it is. You've got to be careful because some of them won't. So always check your mirrors, see what's behind in case you have to stop. And they're all being polite today. I'll check my mirrors, just move around this car. The middle mirror and the right mirror, that was. Now the middle mirror and the left mirror. Now this is the stop sign I want to show you coming up now. It's really important that when you get to the stop sign, you stop the car. Physically stop it. Because I've had some fail to this, some pass. So my advice is just stop. It is a bit of a blind spot on the left. You won't be able to see it because I've only got this dash cam on. You're going to be looking straight there, but I've got to get right up to the line so I can actually see. When I get here, I've now stopped. Yeah, and now I've got a clear view to the right and left. Well, I'm not moving because there's a taxi coming from the right, and there's a black car just behind it, which can't junction to the side. And the right side's alright. You can't see it on this camera, but the left side is like the church wall. And we're going to go straight across. So this would be ahead. I'm going to go back to that mini roundabout where it said, some of the examiners will say nothing, and others will say just go ahead, second exit. They're the ones you want. Well, you're going to say, we're going from 30, now I'm going to go to a 40. We went to 30 when I crossed that junction, and now I'll speed up. But this is you're going to be careful with this one, because the roundabout is not far. If you see the car braking, they're early warning signs, so you pick up on that. And they'll know you're aware and you're planning your journey. Well, here we go, mini roundabouts again. So as I say, some exams won't say anything. Some will say ahead, second exit, so you can clearly see it. I'm just a quick glance to the right and my position, and here we go. And it's mirror, left mirror, indicate left and away. I'm off it now, I'm on a 40, time to get some speed up. And generally you'll be saying, well, why has it got slow on the floor? Well, if you look at these red paintings, that means there must have been accidents here. That's what they generally do, so they're just sort of covering themselves. It's 40, it's a fairly straight road. Get up to speed. Remember, if you go over the speed, quickly adjust it. So I'll give you an example of it now. I'll go over the 40. Say I've going over it now. It's clear road ahead. Yeah. See where I've gone over it on purpose now, and I've just brought it back down now. But they now know I'm aware I've just gone over the speed limit. So the chances are you probably get a minor fault for it. So ideally, don't do it. But there is a way. Now the other sign you're going to follow now is Liverpool 8580, and it's on the top left corner of the sign, and it's green. Now don't go to the blue sign, because that's the motorway. I had a lad, Luke, who failed on that because he went to go on the motorway. She had to grab the wheel. So what we're going to do is follow this curb, check to the right. I can see there's nobody there. You're going to go straight over. And what you do, you go straight to the middle, and you go under the bridge, middle lane, get in this one. Remember, go under the bridge, don't go left or you're on the motorway. And here we go. And it's just changed. So they'll expect you to get your speed up here because it's 50. I did have a lad years ago who was doing 30 on here, and then he got failed for it because he didn't respond to the 50 sign. So remember, only when it's safe to do so. If this is really busy, you wouldn't get up to that speed. You get a bit further up, there's the road breaks here, so I'm just going to stick to about 45, 46. That lets them know I'm aware, I've spotted the sign, I've responded to it. The road's clear ahead. Not now, because we're going to come into a dual carriageway. There's an early warning sign, reduce speed. There's a sign on the right which means you're going into you're going to join another road, which is a dual carriageway. There's actually 3 lanes on this one. So what you do here, this is the slip road. This is getting you a bit of speed up. So your middle mirror, check your right mirror, look over your right shoulder, see if anybody's coming in. It looks like the one is. Has he moved over? He has moved over for me. And thank you very much. And here we go. Switch it back to 40 here. You can see the speed limit change. Probably going to get stuck in a queue up here and seeing it on the way up. So you're heading back to the test site. So basically you go up to a place, do a manoeuvre. If you don't do a manoeuvre, you'll get a bay park at the end of the test. So we've done a manoeuvre, so I'm expecting this test to be closed when we get back. So I'll just park outside, and that'll be the end of the test. But if the test centre is open, you end up going through the gates. So we'll see what happens when we get back. So And whenever you're stopping in traffic like this, you want to, when you stop behind a car like that, you want to see tyres and tarmac. So the tarmac, I can see the tyres and I can see a bit of the tarmac. So if that car breaks down, that allows me to pull out. So you don't want to be behind its tail, the back of its car, and all of a sudden its hazard lights comes on when you're on your test and you're stuck. That's how traffic jams happen, because everyone parks bumper to bumper. No one leaves a bit of space to pull out. So just watch the front screen. You can get this on a safety question now on the move. Just watch the back screen as well. So remember, if you're on your driving test, make sure you know how to use the washers, leave the misters, open the window. You get these safety questions on the move. So you'll need to know how to operate them. So if you're doing your awareness and planning, there's a bus up ahead, the number 17. So if I was in the back, I'd be the lights stay on red a bit longer so that bus moves. Because there's traffic the side of me and the behind me is where it's moved off. Don't know whether you can see it in the camera. And I'm sitting on the right side of the car. Normally I'm on the left. 40 only, but you can't get to 40 because it's that busy. It's only 40 is the maximum speed limit if it's safe to do so. Okay, so I'm going to turn left at the light. So middle mirror, left mirror, indicate. Second mirror, just squeeze the brake as if it's a tomato. Don't squash it unless it's an emergency, and then stay in. Now we're going to get parked cars in a moment, so I know. Checking the mirror on the right, and I'm just doing a little touch of an indicator, and I want to help this other learner by this black car behind us. And I'm just gone over the speed limit, but I've corrected it. If you carry on going over the speed limit, that's when you'll get your serious fault. Ideal situation, do not go over the speed limit. That's where you want to be on your driving test and your driving test. And driving in general, it's not just about your test. About driving safety with the rest of your life. So I'm going to go left here, so middle mirror, left mirror. So this is like a bare left. So you don't want to do a sharp left here, but you go on this estate, which we're heading back to the test centre now. I want to find out whether they're closed, because before there was just one car there, one examiner's car. Middle mirror, right mirror, indicate right. Let's find out if it is still open or if it's closed. And what I thought, it's closed, because the last test was 2:32. I came here before for the 2:12 test, which I hope this video will explain to Kerry that it wasn't just their test that got cancelled. They all got cancelled. I'll just wait for this car to come out. And then we'll go around, especially to the back. I'm going to park up next to the test centre. Indicate for the mirror, indicate for the pedestrians that just walk onto the road. They're road users, remember that. So you can see it's closed, and I hope this video that I've done it for Kerry really, and to put it up. I'll put this up on Monday. Today is Thursday the 19th of January. She was told her test was cancelled at 12:05. Today her test was 12